We've been talking about, using these calls, but let's talk about a couple tips. I think is very important. I know it's important. Is to be able, we rough these calls up right here. This is one we've already roughed up right here. But what happens is a lot of the guys will just stick them in their vest and they'll run up and down and they'll get so slick. It'd be like, you can't call on it because it's going to wear off where you'd scuffed it up at. So it's real simple. Get you a little carrying case to put it in. I have many a times I went to like a dollar store and bought a little Tupperware dish that I've just set it down in there, and I take my sandpaper and put it in there, and I keep my strikers, in my pocket, but I can take it out of that case. And chances are I may not even have to use that sandpaper for a month on it because it hadn't rubbed off at where we scratched it up, and you'll be good to go with it. And another thing, too, is I like to take and actually what I'll do is draw a turkey track on top of my striker here, and I always like to let that turkey walk away from my nose. And the reason that, I'll turn it around there and put it there every time. And what it does, it makes you be more perfect like that. And but one thing that when it comes to a striker and a pot call, if you use it time after time, it'll end up cutting that striker down and make it get real round, and it gets where you got to redo it all together. And where if you do it, what I'm talking about, if you get your track going away from you and keep it in a container, then you're good to go with it. And one thing that I always like to recommend, like this is 12 o'clock on the hands of a clock. I like to recommend that striker be at 1:30, 15 degrees away from your body right there, and you draw an oval. Actually, you can draw a football on that surface right there. And, of course, this is such a beautiful call. You kind of hate to do it, but, my hunting calls, what I do is I sand this whole area right here down through there, and I've learned to take two strikers in my hands and put that call between my legs and, and a mouth call too, and which I'm going to do it just one now, but do a fighting purr. And if you got both strikers down there and you're doing that fighting purr, you'll sound like three different turkeys instead of one.